Have you ever thought about how grandma got run over by a reindeer? Isn't that just so sad and kind of depressing? Yeah, it was a weird movie. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's just like a weird, bizarre animation film from the early 2000s, I think. I don't know. This is weird. Anyways, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Manga Pickups with that manga dude. And we are officially entering October of 2022. So that means there's probably going to be more spooky opening, which you've probably already seen, and some more focus on horror manga coming up soon. So look forward to that. I'm going to have probably two dedicated episodes of the FVI focused on horror manga, and I'm trying to avoid the big name currently that Viz Media loves a lot. So like I probably will not be talking about any Junji Ito series unless it's going to be in the reading log. So yeah, if you're looking forward to that, I'm sorry. I probably will not be talking about any of his series or manga this month. But I picked up a lot this month because September was my birthday month. Woo! Yay! Officially hit 27 years old, so I feel like a grandpa. Back's already aching. Things are going swell, to say the least. But this is the most manga I've ever picked up in a month in a pretty long time. Mostly because it's like I knew I was gonna get some money from my parents for birthday, so I wanted to splurge a little bit, enjoy myself, and have a good month. So yeah, let's get right into it. I got a lot to show, so let's get started. So as always, I like to start with publishers that are no longer around, or indie publishers, or series, or groups, or whatever you want to call them, organizations where I got a little bit less than some of the other publishers. So first off, really exciting with this one. I got Volume 1 of Ray by Akihito Yoshitomi. The publisher is ADV Manga. I believe they're no longer around, or they got picked up by somebody, but I've been eyeing this manga series for a very long time now. It's probably been like 4 or 5 years that I've been like trying to get this first volume, because I saw it a long time ago at a bookstore near me, and yeah, I didn't pick it up. Of course, it disappeared because it's out of print. And lo and behold, 5 years later, here we are, got the first volume, and hopefully we'll be reading it very soon, because this looks really flipping cool. I don't know what it's about, but it looks kind of like an action, like horror, thriller kind of series, so excited to finally check this out. Up next, from Platinum Manga, which is, I think DMP's, like, their, like, other publishing thing? I don't really know. But this is The Thief, Inoue Akikazu, and Other Stories by Osamu Tezuka. So I don't know much about this other than this is like the really flipping cool cover, and I was really excited mostly for the cover, and I've been trying to collect some of Osamu Tezuka's work recently just because I've been really enjoying it. Like I said previously, I really like I believe it's the Book of Human Insects, and so just really excited to check out more of his work. And yeah, this one really caught my eye. It's got a beautiful front cover and back cover, so hopefully it is as good as the front cover makes it seem. Coming in after that, I've got, I actually just got this like 2 days ago, so super exciting. And that is The Town of Pigs by Hideshi Hino, excuse me. And the publisher is Starfruit Books. It's my first book from them. Really happy to pick this up. I really enjoy a lot of the stuff they've been publishing recently, so I finally pulled the trigger on it and bought one of their volumes. So hopefully I will be getting more from Starfruit Books in the future, and most likely this will be one of the topics for the FVI coming in October. 1, because I'm just really excited to check this out, and 2, it's a horror manga, and 3, it's an indie publisher or a small publisher, and I really like to shine a light on them because they do God's work and bring alternative manga and manga that a lot of people don't really like to talk about or don't think about on the daily, especially here in the US. So really happy to check this out finally. So yeah. Up next, was very excited to pick this up. So I found this at Kinokuniya here in Los Angeles, and was really excited because I know a lot of people were really hyped about it, and I missed it the first time around, so glad to get it now. But that is An Invitation from a Cab by Papania, and I don't actually know too much about this. I know it's pretty like hype according to people who are like really in the manga scene, so hopefully it is as good as everyone makes it out to be, because this is actually a pretty cool cover, and like just an overall like cool cover, spine, everything. And I forgot to mention this is from Denpa, so yeah, super cool to finally get this. And another one from Dempa, and probably one of the biggest pickups that I picked up in September, or at least one of the ones I'm most excited about because I missed it the first time around, and I was really sad because I heard that it was a limited print, and I felt like I missed it, and yeah, and I was like just really sad about it. But managed to find it at Kino. They had a few copies, so I was like beaming, freaking out. So I picked up Pez by Hiroyuki Asada. This is the manga behind one of my favorite Shonen Jump series, or at least Shonen Jump in English. I don't know if it was actually in Japan. Tagami Bachi Letter B. So this is, I believe, like a short story collection or like stuff like that. But it's super cool. It's in like a semi-colored series, and I'm really, really excited to check this out. I love their work. I think they have a horribly underrated series, Tagami Bachi, and really excited to see if they decide to publish more works in English. So yeah, this is really cool to have, and I can't wait to read through it. Alright, coming in from Tokyo Pop, I got 3 volumes here. I picked up Jing, King of Bandits, Volume 3 by Yuichi Kumakura. I've talked about the series in some other manga reading logs. But yeah, the first couple of volumes were super cool, so managed to find one in decent condition. It's not the best because it's kind of hard to find these volumes in great condition since it's an out-of-print series. But yeah, this one was in fairly decent condition. It still shines, which is cool. It's still metallic. It does have a little rip here, which is fine. But yeah, excited to check it out. It's a very fun 2000s action series. Has some, outdated jokes, but if you can get past those, yeah, this is actually a pretty fun read. And up next, this is one that a lot of people are really excited about, or like people really liked when I posted it, and they're like, wow, you got that first volume. And that is Karakano, His and Her Circumstances, Volume 1 by Masami Suda. I believe this is supposed to be a pretty good shoujo series, from what I can tell and from what people have mentioned. So I'm excited to dig into it because I don't know much about it, and like I've mentioned previously in other videos, I've just recently gotten into shoujo series as of probably February, March. So exciting to pick this up and check it out, and I will let you know how I feel about it. And last but not least, picked this one up recently as well. I got Scried Volume 3. Art is by Yasunari Toda, and the story is Yosuke Kuroda. So if you don't know, Scried is a series that I really enjoyed. I watched the anime first way back in 2013, 2014. And I didn't even know there was a manga until recently, probably within the past 5 years or so. I keep saying 5 because that's about the time where I really accelerated my manga collection. But yeah, I picked up Volume 4 back in Colorado when I went in July. So I've been waiting around trying to get Volume 3 because I've had Volume 1 and 2 for a bit. So yeah, excited to finally get Volume 3, and then I can read a good chunk of it. I know I'm missing some of the rare volumes, but we will worry about that later. Okay, up next, we got Yen Press. This is a chunky boy. Also just picked this up because it just came out. This is Josie, the Tiger, and the Fish. Original story is by Seiko Tanabe, and the art is by Nao Emoto. I have been unintentionally following this artist a lot recently, especially a lot of their work. I didn't even realize that some of the series that I've been reading that I really enjoy have art by this artist, which include, but are not limited to, All Maidens in Your Savage Season, and also, Forget Me Not. So, super cool to get another volume or another series from them. I know this is, I don't know if this is based on a movie or vice versa, if the movie came out after the manga did, but yeah, just really excited. I've heard the movie is supposed to be pretty good. We'll probably watch it at some point in the next couple years. I say couple years because I don't like to say, oh, I'm going to watch it in the next couple months, and then I don't watch it, and people are like, well, didn't you say you were going to watch it? So I'm just going to avoid that whole controversy and just say I'll watch it at some point. But yeah, this looks really cool. This release is super beautiful. Yen Press did a really great job on this, so super excited to jump into it when I get a chance. Alright, this is one that I'm sure you know because it's been talked about. It's a pretty old series in retrospect. It's not new per se. It's new in the States and in English, but has been done for a decade, I think. So that is No Longer Heroine by Momoko Koda. Yeah, this is a shoujo series. I've talked about this in a FVI, so if you want to go give that a shot and go check it out, yeah, I talk about it more in length there, and I'll definitely be talking about it also in the reading log. But yeah, it's cool to have this finally, I guess. I've heard some very mixed feelings about this series, and that's I think that's a nice way of putting it. Either people really enjoy it, have a really great time with it, or people absolutely hate it. So it's been interesting to see the duality of it, and yeah, excited to check out more of this. And last but not least, from Yen Press, I picked up another volume of Soul Eater. I've been getting pretty lucky with these Soul Eater pickups. This is volume 10. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite covers, even though, like, at the point that I've read, we've only just met these three. Like, this guy's gotten a little bit of screen time, so has he, and she may have, but I don't remember. I think I'm at volume 8, by the way, just to give you some context. So, really excited to see where this goes, because I like this guy's design a lot, so hopefully, yeah, his powers are as cool as he looks, so excited to, yeah, read some more Soul Eater. It's time for some more manga now from Dark Horse. This is an amazing volume, and it is Emanon Wanderer Part 2, Volume 3. Yeah, it's kind of a mouthful, but this is by Shinji Kajio and Kenji Tsuruta, which, if you don't know the artist, Kenji Tsuruta, it is the same artist behind a series called The Wandering Island, which I have talked about previously and said that I really enjoyed. And I believe I also talked about the first volume of Emanon recently. This is so bad because I like just read it, but like I don't remember what month I read it, but I remember. Wow, it's really good. It's a really good series, and hopefully we'll be jumping into this as soon as possible because this is an absolutely gorgeous release. Like Dark Horse really killed it with this release, and hopefully we get Volume 4 because I was reading up on it to see if the fourth volume has released in English, and it doesn't look like it has. And yeah, so hopefully we get it here in the States. Alright, up next, I picked up 2 volumes of Gunsmith Cats. I got The Return of Grey and Bad Trip, and I believe this is volume 3, and I believe this is like volume 6. I think it's like somewhere in the back. It's like, I hate these releases so much because it is like so flippin' confusing. Just saying, I gotta block that out because I think I accidentally showed something I wasn't supposed to. Yeah, this is a really good series, at least from what I've heard. I've been really excited and been finding them in very good condition. Like, this is like absolutely gorgeous condition considering this is like a 90s like volume. So, yeah, super cool to have it and to have these 2 volumes here. And hopefully we'll be getting the second volume so I can keep reading the series or start it up, I guess. So, yeah. And last but not least, from Dark Horse, I picked up this chunky boy. This is, oh boy, here we go. This is Seraphim 2666133336 Wings by Mamoru Oshii and Satoshi Kon. One of my friends has really praised this series a lot, and I don't really know why because I haven't read it yet. But it's Satoshi Kon. I like Satoshi Kon's other manga that I've read, which is Tropic of the Sea, and I haven't read Dream Fossil yet. I'm probably gonna pick it up at some point if I like this one enough. But yeah, this is a really nice release as well. It's got super thick paper, and it's really heavy. I mean, obviously you can't tell, but like this is much heavier than most other manga like volumes that I have. So it's really cool, and it's in fairly good condition. I got it used. So yeah, excited to hop into this at some point. Okay, going into Seven Seas, I got a couple volumes from them. So first up, I got the really cool, interesting Colorless, Volume 1. So I actually missed it when it first came out, and it's been kind of like hard to find here in my area for some reason. But I guess the reprints have come out or whatever. But yeah, it's just super cool. It's got like some really interesting like green coloring in here, which is like super interesting. I've noticed that a lot of manga series have been like kind of experimenting with color within the black and white, which is super cool, especially recently. So yeah, really excited to jump into this because it looks super interesting, and I know the second volume is coming out soon, so hopefully yeah, I read this, enjoy it, and enjoy the second volume too. Okay, this one just came out recently, and I thought it was goofy enough, and I really like the subject matter, and that is Dinosaur Sanctuary by Itaru Kinoshita. I just really like dinosaurs. I don't know if you knew that. I don't really talk about that because it's not really a topic that comes out often. But yeah, it just looks just super like slice of lifey. So hopefully it's like nice and fun. But yeah, it just like it drew me almost immediately with the cover. I really like this like minty green that they used for the cover, and yeah, really excited to hop into this soon. Up next, this is a series that has been getting a lot of mixed reviews on my timeline on Twitter, and that is Tokyo Revengers 1 through 2 by Ken Wakui. So I finally picked this up. I was kind of slow on the draw for this one also, and I don't really know why. Probably just because I'm kind of running out of space for bigger volumes. So I've been kind of holding off on picking up some more. But this is a really nice release. I mean, the paper is nice. Like, the book is pretty heavy, pretty thick too. Yeah, but what I was saying about the controversy or whatever you want to call it, but like it seems like about halfway through the series, a lot of people tend to fall off of it, or they like say, "Oh, it's not good anymore." So I'm gonna see if it's like that, I guess. But yeah, hopefully this will be as good as other people have made it out to be. All right, and the last one from the Seven Seas, that is Yokai Rental Shop by Shin Mashiba. So I don't think you know much about it, because I also don't know much about it, but I picked this up because it is the same artist of a series that I've been also reading recently, and that is Nightmare Inspector, which is like is a Viz Media series. Super interesting. So it's the same artist and writer, so I'm interested to jump into this and see if it's as good, or if it's, entertaining at least. But I really like the artist, so yeah, hopefully it is fun. Alrighty, I got a lot from Kodansha, so we're going to go through this. Here we go. Volume 10 of Again. So it actually took me a while to find a good conditioned volume of this, because I've been kind of holding off, because like a lot of the stores around me have volume 10, but most of them are pretty messed up. Like they have like a really dented like cover or spine, or some of the pages will be folded. So glad to find it in fairly good condition, and yeah, just really excited to jump into more of this. I've been really enjoying the series across the board, so hopefully it is coming to a good end, because I think I only have like 3 more volumes. So yeah, I can't wait. Up next, everybody's favorite soccer manga, Blue Lock Volume 2. I read the Volume 1, I believe it was last month, and it was absolutely bonkers. So, judging by this cover, it's also going to be bonkers, because this guy looks insane. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. This has been a very weird soccer manga. It's I would say it's akin to Prince of Tennis in terms of ridiculousness. It's not super focused on being realistic, if that makes sense. Like, it's realistic in some parts, but for the most part, it's like just goofy and kind of crazy. So if you like that kind of stuff, you'll probably eat it up. And if you like action series, you'll probably also eat it up. So I've kind of sit on the fence of that. So I enjoyed the first volume, so we'll see if I continue to like it. Up next, yes, I got a Volume 9 of Blue Period. So I actually got this early, and I've been kind of foolish in not reading it, and so probably have to talk about this in the October reading log, but super excited to get this Volume 9. I just finished Volume 8 recently, and like I was hungry for more, and I was super excited, and I'm not gonna lie, Kodansha, you need to fix your your release schedule on your like website, because it's very confusing, because like you'll have volumes that are in multiple areas, and it'll be like, oh yeah, we're releasing on September 20th, and we're releasing on September 27th, and then it's not releasing on either of those days, and stuff like that. So it was just really hard to figure out when Blue Period Volume 9 was supposed to actually come out, because I think they mix like the digital and physical releases within their release calendar, even if you use the filter, so it's kind of like frustrating to say the least. But yeah, happy to finally get Volume 9 in my hands. Super cool. Alrighty, I found Kitchen Princess Volume 2, The Omnibus by Natsumi Ando and Miyuki Kobayashi. Yeah, this is a series that was recommended by a friend of mine, and I received some terrible news recently that the omnibuses after Volume 2 are not being printed currently, or are not on the radar of anybody, so yeah, it's going to be very difficult to find Volumes 3 and 4, and I believe it's 5, or maybe it's just 4 volumes, I don't know, but happy to finally get Volume 2 in fairly good condition, and we'll probably be reading this soon as well. Alrighty, I picked up this Big Chungus, and to tell you a story about this, so I actually held off on picking up this for a bit, and for stopping to not read the other series that is like related to this by Osamu Tezuka, but that is Princess Knight by, like I said, Osamu Tezuka. I don't know much about this. I know my significant other said that she really liked it, and I actually wanted to buy this and read this first before I went into another one called The Twin Knights, which I picked up in June when I was in St. Louis. So yeah, I believe they are related in terms of the story. And yeah, excited to finally jump into this, but this thing is huge! Look at this thing! It's a massive Mamma Jamma! So, not really looking forward to that. I don't tend to like these bigger volumes just because it's like harder to hold and kind of hard to read, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll get through this and we'll let you know how I feel about it. Alright, another one that I missed out on the first time around, and thank God for reprints, because holy moly, that was a long wait. And that is Volume 4 of A Sign of Affection. It has been very difficult to find. This is by Sumo Ishita, which is a artist-writer duo. Yeah, I've been loving this series. I loved Volumes 1 through 3, so I'm super happy to finally get Volume 4, and hopefully Volume 5 in the near future, because I know it's out already. But yeah, super excited to get this. Check it out, and I will let you know how I feel about it. And last but not least, by Kodansha, because my birthday was recently, I received 2 manga volumes, which one of them is going to be here, another one's going to be in the Viz Media section. But really excited for this, so thank you very much, Kelly, for this. This is Wotakoi, Volume 1. This is Love is Hard for Otaku, and it is by Fujita. So, I vaguely know what this series is about. I know it's about, like, basically office workers who are trying to hide the fact that they're, like, super weebs, or otaku, whatever you want to call them. I don't really care. But, yeah, so they create, like, a fake relationship, I think is what it is, and it's, like, about their story. It's kind of like slice of life, kind of like office comedy, office rom-com. So, yeah, excited to jump into it, and thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. Like, getting anything for my birthday was super cool, and I got a lot of cool stuff. Honestly, like, a lot of awesome stuff. Thank you to all my friends for being super cool and making it a good birthday. Alrighty, here comes the longest part of the video, and also the final stretch, and that is the Viz Media section. There is a lot to go through, so let's get started. I've actually decided to split this up a little bit differently, so usually I kind of mix them in certain ways, but this time I've split them by the Viz Media Shojo, whatever you want to call it. Not Shojo Beat, this is before Shojo Beat, but like basically their Shojo license or logo. But it'll make more sense when we get to it. But then right after, we're going to have Shonen Sunday. After that, we're going to have the Viz signatures. After that is Shojo Beat. And last but not least, Shonen Jump, or at least that imprint. So let's get started. So first, I picked up Hanakimi Volume 2 and 3. I've been finding these pretty easily, actually. And, like, a lot of stores around me have almost the entire series. So I feel like I'm not going to have that hard of a time collecting the single volumes. But, yeah, I kind of really enjoy these single volumes in terms of design. So excited to hop into it. And, yeah, these are really nice. Oh, and the story art is by Hisaya Nakajo. Okay, this is one that I heard a lot about, and I saw it, and I was really confused because I've never seen anything like it, so I was like, you know what, why not, let's pick it up. And that is Wedding Peach Volume 1 by Nao Yazawa and Tsukihiro Tomita. So I believe this is like a magical girl series, please do not take my word for that, but this looked super cute, the cover looked really cute, and it looks pretty old too, just judging by the wear and tear on it. It's actually in pretty decent condition. There's a lot of yellowing on it, but yeah, it looked really cute. I've been really wanting a magical girl series that I could read and enjoy. I know there's like quite a few of them, but like this one looked a little bit different, kind of what I was like in the vein of what I was looking for, because I really liked magical Doremi's designs, and this kind of vaguely reminds me of that. I know it's kind of a long shot, but yeah, this looks super cool, so hopefully we'll be getting into it soon. Okay, coming into Shonen Sunday / the Viz Media imprint. Up first, this is the second volume that I received from Kelly. So this is Case Closed, Volume 37 by Gosho Aoyama. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because like I've been kind of slow burning on Case Closed because like I kind of know, you know, that most of the volumes can be kind of read out of context or read out of order for the most part. There's probably some parts where like they move the story forward, but you know, this series has been going on for so flippin' long that it doesn't matter too much, but really excited to read more of this. I'll probably start picking it up later here in like November or December, but yeah, thank you again, and it's a great condition too. Up next, I picked up 2 volumes of Gestalt by Yun Koga, who is the creator of Loveless. I don't know much about that series, but this looks super cool, and like the covers are gorgeous, like wow, super detailed, super awesome. I don't know. And I don't know much about this series at all. So hopefully when I get to reading it, I do have volume 1 through 3 now, so I'll probably check it out soon. And I will let you know how I feel about it. But yeah, these volumes look super nice. Alright, I picked up the first volume of Inubaka, Crazy for Dogs. So I've been holding off on getting this series for a long time now because, like, I have seen volume 1 multiple times and I've been kind of slow on it. And I've kind of been like, oh, I'll just pick it up later. And it's true, I did pick it up later. So, yeah, excited to finally get it. I know it's unfinished here in the US and I don't know if I care too much. I noticed, like, with series that don't finish here in the US, or in the United States or in English or whatever you want to call it. I don't tend to have too much of a big deal about it. I mean, yeah, it kind of leaves on like a cliffhanger. Gintama, for example, is like a big, huge example. But for me, when I finished Gintama, here in the English, I wasn't too mad about it. Like, I wasn't like, oh, this is a terrible ending or whatever. Like, it ended fine. Of course, it didn't actually end. But yeah, I think I will be in the same kind of wavelength with Inubaka. We'll see. I'll let you know when we get to it. But yeah, this looks super cute, and I like dogs a lot. So yeah, excited to read this. Up next, oh my goodness, I was so excited to get this. This is Kakaishi Volumes 6 and 7, specifically Volume 6, because it has been a journey to try and find Volume 6. I've been looking for Volume 6 for a long time now, or what feels like a long time now. It's been like one of the only volumes that have been having a huge issue with finding, other than technically Volume 1. So excited to finally get it, and in good condition. So, and then I also picked up Volume 7 like right after. So yeah, excited to finally get back into the series. If you don't know what the series is, it's a series by Yellow Tanabe, and it follows these two exorcists, or whatever you want to call them, who have like the ability to use like special abilities to get rid of demons from the world. And yeah, it's just super fun, super cute. The action's nice, the comedy's cool. Then there's like a certain amount of mystery around everything, which is also really interesting. It's building up to something hopefully really cool. So I will let you know how that is when I get to it. Up next, Slime Prime, like a Twitter person that I follow, and also YouTubers. Well, you should check out his work. He does a lot of great stuff. But recently joked about this and saying that we are the only two people in the world that is currently collecting the series, and I am inclined to agree in some context. But that is O Parts Hunter Volume 12. This is Seishi Kishimoto, also known as the brother of Masashi Kishimoto, which is the creator of Naruto. So yeah, haven't actually been reading too much of O Parts Hunter. I actually stopped, I think, at volume 6 or 7, because I've had a really hard time finding volumes, but recently I've been finding them pretty easily, so I'll probably jump into the series as well, which that seems to be a running trend in this video, where it's like, oh, I haven't found this volume in a long time, but I found it, so now I'm going to start reading it. So please hold me to it. If I don't, you can yell at me in the comments, I guess. But yeah, super excited to get this, and it's in good condition too. Up next, this is the last of the Viz Media, the Viz imprint, and that is Yakitate Japan by Takashi Hashiguchi. I have heard nothing about this series, and the only thing I could compare it to is Shokugeki no Soma, also known as Food Wars, for the sole fact that it's just based around food, and I don't think there's any comparison per se, or at least I hope not. We'll see. But yeah, I found the first volume in fairly good condition, so I will probably be collecting the series in the near future. I know it's a semi-long one. I think it's like 20-something volumes, so hopefully it's good. Alrighty, into the Viz signature, also known as the SIG, or whatever the hell you want to call it. But the first volume is Alice in Borderland by Haru Aso. This is volume 2. And yeah, just another really gorgeous release. And I'm already behind on this series because volume 3 just recently came out. So we'll probably get that at some point, and we'll definitely read this hopefully soon, so I can get past the live action series, which I think it's probably through volume 3, just judging by like what happens, or like this cover, and also the cover for volume 3. So yeah, excited. Okay, so this is actually a series that I wasn't super excited about for the first volume, but I'm gonna give it a chance because a lot of people in the comments were saying, "Oh, I really liked it," so it's really surprised. So, and that is Crazy Food Truck. This is volume 2 by Rokuro Ogaki. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with speaking or like having like Japanese names or trying to pronounce them, so please bear with me. I'm trying my best. But yeah, this is basically a series about this dude who owns a food truck in a post-apocalyptic world and finds this girl here on the cover in a body bag or something, like completely naked. So he basically takes her in, and it's kind of like a slice of life action series, question mark. It's kind of hard to define, but yeah, interested to see where it goes with this second volume, because I think the first volume ended on a pretty good note. I do think that some of the parts I could have done without, but yeah, really interested to see where this goes. Okay, one that I've been excited to check out. This is Golden Kamui Volume 2, Satoru Noda. Everybody talks about this series for good reason. It is absolutely crazy and wild. So super happy to finally get the second volume, and I will be reading this soon. Whew. Oh right, okay. Once another series or one series that I've been very interested in, and an artist. If you've been following me for a bit, it's a mangaka that I do very much enjoy quite a bit. I like a lot of her work, and that is Natsume Ono, and this is Volume 1 of House of Five Leaves, one of her very few multi-volume series here in English. I think she has Aka 13 as the other one, like the Aka 13 spinoff. I think. Do not take my word for that. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I'm always wrong. But yeah, this is like a really cool looking release, and like the cover is like one of those like flip. Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know book jargon, so please don't hate me for that. But yeah, it's got these little flaps, and it's kind of cool. And yeah, just super excited. I like Natsume Ono's work a lot, so this is really exciting to get the first volume of this. And last but not least, from the Viz Media signature line, super excited to get this because like it has been a journey to try to get this first volume, and that is Real by Takehiko Inoue, also known as, oh man, my voice gave out. Also known as the creator behind Vagabond and the creator of Slam Dunk. Probably one of the biggest basketball series of all time. So this is another basketball series, and I believe this one is basically about this dude who becomes handicapped and ends up having to be in a wheelchair. So it's about him learning and journeying through like basketball for wheelchair basketball. So that's super cool. I think that's what it is. Please don't take my word for it. I haven't read it yet. So I will definitely check it out, and I will let you know how I feel about it. Okay, final stack. Woo, woo. Here we go. This is the Shojo Beat line. So first up, I got the first volume of Cactus's Secret by Nana Haruta. Don't know much about the series. All I can tell you is it's got a really cute cover, and I think the series is pretty short, so hopefully I can collect it in a short amount of time if I enjoy it and read through it. But yeah, it's just like a really cute looking cover, and yeah, this was in good condition, so I decided to pick it up on a whim. So hopefully I enjoy it. Up next, now this one is super cool, and I hope this will be easier to find. I don't think so, but we'll see. That is Volume 1 of, oh boy, Grand Guigno. Grand Guigno Orchestra. I do not know how to pronounce this word. I'm so sorry. But this is the by Kaori Yuki, by the creator of Angel Sanctuary and Godchild. From what I could tell, this artist does a lot of like this kind of like gothic style, dark, and this one just seemed like the most interesting to me. The art looks really nice, and it seems to be focused semi-ness on music, and it looks like, I don't know, it just looks like another really cool gothic series, and I don't have a lot of those, so yeah, excited to check this out, and hopefully it is as good as the cover makes it to be. Okay, I picked up 2 volumes of Honey and Clover. This is volumes 2 and 3. I really love these releases, by the way, because they've got like that matted cover, which I actually do prefer over the gloss. I don't know, I'm a big fan of matte stuff. But yeah, this is basically a series about these group of boys and this Goyle, and you know, some other characters who are currently, I want to say they're in art university, but it's hard to tell because I can't read, or I'm just like, it's just flying right over my head if they're in art high school or if they're in art university. I believe they are supposed to be in art university. Please, if you do know the actual answer, let me know, but it's been hard for me to decipher for the most part. But yeah, I really am excited to check out more of this because this looks super cool and super cute. I mean, look at the art. Aww. I just like the cast too. The cast is pretty funny too. Okay, up next, I picked up this, I guess, one-off called Kamikaze Girls by Novala Takamoto and Yukio Kadesada. So I was reading the back of this, but I guess this is based on, according to this, based on the hit movie and novel released by Viz Media. I don't know anything about this. I just thought it was super cool because it's like kind of random. It's like a one-shot. No one ever talks about it from what I could tell, so hopefully it's good. The art looked pretty good on the front, and yeah, it was in good condition, so super cool to have this. Up next, I picked up the first volume of Otomen by Ayakano. So I was kind of reading the back, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this series as being an underrated series, but basically I believe it's about this dude who like comes off as like this big manly man, but he has like feminine hobbies and stuff he likes to do, which is totally normal and totally okay. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. But yeah, it just seems like a cool series. I don't know what else to say about it. Haven't read it, so hopefully it's fun and cool. Up next, I picked up the first volume of Strobe Edge by Io Sakisaka. So, from what I've heard, once again, this is all just from hearsay, conjecture, reading on Twitter. This is supposed to be the better series by Io Sakisaka. A lot of people say that, like, oh, Horror Ride gets a lot more, like, eyes on it, but this is supposed to be the better series. Wait, is that right? I think that's right. Anyways, whatever the other series is by this person, this is supposed to be the better one. So I guess we'll have to see, because yeah, this cover looked really cute. I have seen this first volume before, but that was before I was reading Shojo. So glad to have found it in decent condition, and I will check it out and I will let you know if I like it. Alright, last but not least from the Shojo Beat imprint, this is Yona of the Dawn Volume 3. Woo woo! Finally! Got 2 volumes now in a row! I can't wait until I get Volume 4 in October, am I right? Everybody? Oh boy. It's been rough trying to find volumes for Yona of the Dawn, at least in order, because I don't know if I've told you this multiple times, but if you're new to the channel, I don't like to buy volumes out of order, just because I would run out of space, and it makes it I would run out of space, and I would definitely spend a lot more if I bought out of order, if that makes sense. Yeah, it risks like the idea that something will go out of print and that I will have a very hard time finding it, but I'm okay with that because I have plenty to read, plenty to enjoy here. As you know, I have over 2,000 volumes, so I mean, like, I don't think I'm missing out per se on anything. But yeah, super excited to get Volume 3, and we'll probably pick up reading this soon. Okay, coming into Shonen Jump, this should be pretty fast because most of these are just series I've already been reading, but picked up Black Clover Volume 30, the newest volume. It was actually kind of hard to find this, I'm going to be completely honest. I was genuinely surprised by how difficult it was, especially because, like, I didn't get it until the 2nd or 3rd week of September, and usually, like, these volumes come out in the 1st week of the month, so it was very weird, probably impacted by the various issues with shipping and all that stuff, so yeah, but cool to have it. Up next, I picked up 3 volumes of Claymore. Got volumes 22, 23, and 24, all in great condition. I believe I'm almost done with this series in terms of collecting, so very excited to keep reading it and enjoying it because I really enjoyed it when I was reading it. I think it was a couple months ago. Yeah, so super cool. Picked up the next volume of Elusive Samurai. This is volume 2 by Yusei Matsui, same manga behind Assassination Classroom. And yeah, another really gorgeous cover. I really liked the first cover. I thought the first cover looked beautiful, and this is another one that looks really good, so super cool. Excited to read more. Got the long fabled volume 36 of Hunter x Hunter, also known as I say it, Hunter x Hunter. I know that bothers people for whatever reason. I don't care however way you say it. The X is there. I do say it. And no, I don't say it in Spy Family, so please don't shoot me. But yeah, excited to finally get the last volume in English. I know we'll probably get volume 37 at some point here. But it's probably going to be a bit. And that's totally okay. I don't need to be like speed running through Hunter x Hunter. So yeah, very exciting. Picked up the 3rd volume of Kaiju number 8. I actually held off on this one for a long time because most of the ones I was finding were in not so great condition at the bookstores I was looking at. So glad to finally find one in goodish condition. Yeah, very exciting. Very cool. Got volume 8 of Mashle, Magic and Muscles. This is the newest volume, and yeah, this is a really nice release. I've been really liking how the Mashle or Mashal or whatever you want to call it, like, releases look. They are very clean, very, very, very nice. I love it. Okay, another volume, One Punch Man, volume 13. So it took me forever to find this, actually, because I guess it's hard to find for some reason. Don't know why, but yeah, glad to find it with the old imprint. I'm not like a big stickler on that, but it is kind of cool to just keep it consistent until I transfer over to like the newer imprint, which is fine. But yeah, super cool to have it. Up next, finally, volume 8 of Spy Family, featuring our boy Frankie on the front with another really cool chair by Tatsuya Endo. So yeah, really excited to have this. This has been one of my favorite series to read currently in general. It's been super fun. It has a really great story, and yeah, if you don't know what this is, you should just check it out because like it's kind of hard to miss, you know. Up next, I picked up a volume of Toriko. This is volume 33 by Mitsutoshi Shimabukuro. And finally, I got the 14th volume of Twin Star Exorcist, which has been a journey to find, I will not lie. So super happy to finally have this. Love the series. I keep talking about it because it's super good. But yeah, glad to finally find volume 14, and we'll probably be trying to find and catch up because, yeah, I think it's at like volume 26 or 27 here in America or in English. So we'll definitely be checking this out soon. Whew. Okay, and that is going to do it. I am out of breath because that was a long video. The longest I've had in a very long time. So thank you for bearing with me as I went through this in semi-fast fashion, but also seemed pretty slow. I think I did pretty well. But yeah, I could tell I haven't done this in a bit because it's actually been about a week and a half or 2 weeks since I've recorded last. Spoiler alert, I do record sometimes ahead of time because it's just easier that way. But wow, I am tired. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So you know what to do. You can like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. I appreciate all those 4 things. You can hit that bell or whatever. I don't know what I think the bell gives you notifications. So if you don't see my content on your timeline, yeah, hit the bell so then you can get notifications and be like, hey, he's got a video. But if you don't know, I release videos Wednesdays and Sundays. Wednesdays are usually shorts because I don't have time to actually make a whole video for Wednesdays. And then my main videos are on Sundays. So just keep that in mind if you do not want to hit that bell. Now, if you've watched this entire video and you did not do any of the 4 things that I said previously before, then thank you for watching. You made it to the end of this video. That's probably like 30 to 40 minutes. So congratulations. Thank you very much for your views because your views mean a lot. Yeehaw. And yeah, the journey to 1,000 continues. 1,000 subs. I'm at 540 something right now. I've been growing a lot faster than I expected, I must admit. So it's been super cool to see that happen. And thank you guys, everybody, for watching. And yeah, thanks for an awesome September. For everybody who said happy birthday to me on Twitter, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for all your wishes. I had a great birthday and a great September. So yeah, onwards to a wonderful October. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.